Okay, so I'm just gonna jump right into this. I went to Austin last night with my friend to see the the front bottoms, the the front backs, aka the bottoms ups. It was in Austin at Emo's. I don't know if you ever been to Emo's, but it's anyway. Um, they were gonna go alone, so they asked me if I wanted to go. I said, yeah, it sucks going to shows alone. I didn't realize that it was gonna be $40 to get in, but I was like, whatever. I, I watched them. I mean, they're good, but it's just not what I normally listen to. And it ended early. It ended like by 11. No, I think by 10 it was over. So we're leaving and we go to my friend's SUV, and there's a boot on their front left tire. They booted all the cars in this parking lot, maybe like 50 cars, and you had to pay $100 to get them to take their boot off. And my friend was like, "I'm putting on the spare tire when we're getting out of here," which is pretty quick thinking and pretty cunning idea to do that. So we started doing that. So those guys that booted the cars, they see this. They booted the right front wheel, and then I wasn't. I mean, I was helping. I was assisting, but she was doing it. And then the car fell, and I thought it fell on her, and I was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe the car's on top of her." But no, it didn't. It looked like it did to me, but fortunately, it didn't fall on her. So now we got the tire off, but now they just booted the other one. So we called the cops because when they booted the other car, that's when it fell. And I mean, she could have been hurt. And I mean, if she had, I mean, I don't think a lot of those guys, they don't care anyway. Like, they do this, they don't think, oh, what if someone gets hurt? Then they probably don't even care if someone does. So 3 cops showed up, and I knew they're not gonna help. Like, they don't care, and they didn't. But somehow my friend talked the guys who booted her car, like, she shouldn't have the money, but she had little money, not the $100 to pay them. So they negotiate. Yeah, like at first they wouldn't even negotiate. Like, these guys, it was one guy, and he wouldn't even listen. But there was another guy who was reasonable, and so she gave him $40. Everybody else there paid $100 to get those locks taken off their wheels, and people were pissed. So they took the boots off both tires. But now we're there in the parking lot with the one tire off. The cars fell off the jack. So like now, like, we have to get the wheel back on the car, and I was like, we need like a. So my friend was like, just start asking people. So this guy was like, see those guys in those trucks over there? They work on cars. Like, go ask them. I go over them and like, do you have a jack? You know, there's these Mexican dudes that doesn't speak English. And like, no jack. I was okay. I went and asked the roadies from the front bottoms, and they were like, no, we don't know. No one has a jack. So we're just standing there, and one of the cops stayed with us. He was really nice. And then just this Mexican dude, like a Tejano Mexican guy, is walking across the parking lot, and we're like, hey, do you have a jack? He couldn't speak English either. And he's no, but he just called his friends. is I don't speak Spanish, but I knew what he was saying. Like, he had friends that lived. There's these apartments right behind us. So my friends live there. He called them and he said, "Yeah, they're gonna be here in 5 minutes." He's like, "I'm going dancing with my wife." So and his name was Angel. So he called his friends, these two Mexican dudes who couldn't speak English either, and they came and they did everything. They had jack. They actually had to use 2 jacks, and then they used my friend's car jack, which was a terrible item. And they used all 3 jacks. They got the car up, they put the tire on, they put on the lug nuts. And I was like watching them. I was like, they don't know us. It was like almost midnight by this time. And they're in their apartment, they're chilling, they're relaxing, whatever they want to do. And they just came out and they just took over and did everything in like 30 minutes. They had to maneuver those jacks. Like, they would get one up and then move another one, and they got the tire on, and then we were able to get home. Austin sucks. Every time I've been there, I've only been to Austin maybe like 5 times, but only one time where I didn't have a bad, and that was because Christian was there. That's the only reason that I had a good time in Austin, because my friend Christian was there. Every other time I've had a bad experience in Austin, and this is just another one. Like, I was like, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna be stranded in Austin? So I got home like around 2, got drunk, and then passed out. But thank God, everything turned out okay. Well, yeah, and there were these 2 girls, these 2 lesbians. They tried to help. They couldn't do anything. They were so nice. They're all like, we can't change a tire. We don't have a jack, but we're here. We'll stay with you. They were really nice. Belle and Hannah, like, the 2 nicest people. I've never even met anyone in Austin, but they were really nice. Really good girls. And thanks to them for just being there. And the 2 Mexican dudes said, I'm still just in awe that they just helped us. Like, and we gave them money. I don't think they even wanted money, but we gave them some cash. So that was Austin. I happened in Austin last night. Oh. Okay, so now I'm gonna review the Gore Girls from 1972. Laugh. I thought they died. The screwiest, sexiest, goriest one yet. I'm not gonna read it. So, after watching the gruesome twosome, I was like, oh man, what's... And I've put this on so many times, and I just never paid attention. I would just put it on, and I really liked it. I thought, like, after the Gore Girls, I was like, man, this is gonna suck. But it was, in the context of Herschel Gordon Lewis movies, this one is really good. I always thought Blood Feast is his, like, biggest film, his magnum opus, his most popular. It's the one everyone talks about. It seems like, me too. That's the one. When I think of H.G. Lewis, I think of a Blood Feast. But now, the Gore Girls is probably better. And it's weird because this was in 1972. This is the last Gore film he made until like 2000 with the Blood Feast 2. But this one is really good. There's what's his name? Frank Kress. He plays Abraham Gentry. He's like a detective. Not like he doesn't work. He's not a policeman. He's just like his own private detective type of guy. And this girl from the newspaper, they say the newspaper wants to hire you to solve these murders, like for $25,000 initial payment, and then when he solves the crime, he'll get 25,000 more. And so go-go girls are being killed, and he's trying to figure it out, and that's the whole thing. Also, it has Henny Youngman. He's in here, and like, so now the only movies I know of Henny Youngman from are Goodfellas and the Gore Girls, which is great. They're just two opposite ends of the spectrum, and I'm sure, well, I would think that Scorsese admires H.G. Lewis for what he's done. The gore is really weird. It's really cheap, but it's really gross sometimes too. There's a part where he's mangling a face. You can tell it's like a rubber mask, but the hair is still on it, and he's just just reduces the face to just blood and like red chunks, and it goes on for so long that it was kind of gross. There's a part where he slits this girl's throat. The killer slits the throat, and they're dead even before like the knife leaves. Well, like right when they slice it, the girl's dead. And I was like, I didn't know you die that quick from being sliced. I don't think. I mean, you don't. It's 81 minutes. The DVD has a commentary. Oh, it says a peek at the High Priestess of Gore from Blood Goddess of Blood. I didn't see that. I need to check that out. I listened to some of the commentary, but then I had to go to Austin. So yeah, this was made in 1972, and I just, after watching this, I was like, man, if he would have kept making movies, they probably would have. I don't know what. It would have been interesting to see what he would have done in like Gore, like into the late 70s and early 80s. He was doing it before anyone was doing Gore. Yeah, these are just some of the early Italian films. But I really enjoyed the Gore Girls. It has an alternate title, Blood Orgy, which I kind of like better. The Gore Girls makes it sound like campy, silly, fun, and it is. Yeah. The acting's still terrible, the effects are terrible, but all the other movies I've seen from him, you know, they're like 60s. This is firmly planted like in the 70s. You can tell by the way the guys look. The girls still have like a residual feeling of late 60s, but the guys are, you know, they're all beards, long hair, mustaches. Geez, I'm gonna give the Gore Girls a 4 out of 5 Manos Hands of Fate. This is really enjoyable, intentionally and unintentionally funny. The gore, it's cheap and looks bad, but there's a lot of it, and just in his movie it works. It wouldn't work anywhere else, I don't think. So if you haven't seen it, it's worth watching. It's worth buying. I don't know if it's on Blu-ray or if it's on Tubi or whatever, but I really enjoyed it. I think you'll like it too. So I put on Mulholland Drive. I already started drinking a little. Just so glad that everything turned out okay from last night. I'm glad my friend didn't get hurt when the car fell. And then when it fell again, when those girls were helping us, Belle was trying to jack it up. And it fell, and thankfully she wasn't hurt. Thankfully we made it home like okay. I'm here and I can do a video, and I can go drink now and listen to TZ Glitter. Yeah, you gotta write. You don't have to, but write my friend TZ. If you go to the post office, you can get those peanut stamps, and they have like Shel Silverstein stamps too. So, well, yeah, I'll talk about it later, but I'll see you soon.